What is happening, guys? Martin is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So, guys, touching base with you in respect to this particular fragrance. Hope everyone's going out. Everyone's going out. Hope everyone's is fine out there in respect to, obviously, with coronavirus, everything else going on. Obviously, guys, wash your hands. Do what you need to do. I'm sure you're aware. In respect, particularly of this fragrance, not a bad pickup actually, guys. Had this one for a little bit of time now, but I realized I didn't actually do a review on it. This was a 50 ml that I got from TK Maxx in the UK, and this one came in at about I'd say just over £20. Zadig and Voltaire is obviously the name of this particular brand, and this is for him. 50 ml is not bad, and I don't think it's an expensive one. Top notes in this one come in with grapefruit in the top note, so I do enjoy that very much. Black pepper, and then in the mids we have some incense with some vanilla, and in the base we have some sandalwood. This to me, guys, smells similar to, or maybe it's the other way around, of a Star Wars fragrance that I did a review on. So if you want to go and check out that video, I'll put a link down in the description below. The Star Wars fragrance I think cost me £10 for a pack of 2, and I bought it online from Sports Direct. So moving away from the cheaper type of fragrances in respect to Zara fragrances, which seem to be a waste of time, this fragrance is not a particular bad one. It's a bit of a funky type of bottle, as you can see, but it's not a bad pickup at all. The cap, unfortunately, for some reason, it seems to hold on a little bit too much. So I think be careful that you don't actually pull off the whole actual cap itself with the atomizer. But besides that, it's actually a solid purchase, good fragrance. And what I really enjoy about this fragrance, guys, is the duration. The length of time that this lasts quite easily, 5 to 6 hours. And this seems to be where, I don't know what it is, but this seems to be a fragrance that may have been overlooked. Say for instance, Givenchy Footman, I want to call it, top of my head, it's gone from me now, I've done a review of it. The EDP is the same thing, Givenchy Gentleman. The EDP lasts so long, fantastic fragrance, very well, how could I say, composed in respect of how that fragrance is. And I think equally this one as well is a somewhat of a cheapie, but when I say cheapie, it could go from 20 to 30 pounds depending on what you're looking for. Just so you can see in respect of the actual juice, the actual spray, the atomizer, it's a good spray. It's sharp. The opening is not really alcoholic. I think you get more of a sharp type of, I don't believe it's noted on there, but it's a pepper, the grapefruit, but I think there could be like a cacao sort of note in there. Maybe like a chocolate note as well, which I don't think is necessarily noted on Fragrantica, but I honestly think that there is something in there because it does smell, say, similar to the fragrance that I have reviewed in respect of the Star Wars fragrance, the Dark Side. Funny enough on here as well, a lot of people are saying that they're getting it easily. It's a long-lasting fragrance, which I believe it is. I think it's very much value for money. Go and check it out, guys, online. I think I paid, let's say, about over £20, just over £20, and I also got a decant of a 10 ml decant and this 50 ml. So I've had this for a little bit of time, and it's doing its job. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I think it's a good return back to some of these fragrances that actually have some staying power. A lot of these fragrances seem to just dissipate within, as I say, within even an hour sometimes. So I think as this fragrance goes, because of the sort of heaviness, it seems to be slightly more of a winter type of fragrance. It is masculine, and it is actually for him. It is masculine. It doesn't really give you too much of the grapefruit as such. I think it seems to be slightly heavier with this sort of chocolate note. Base notes seem to be peppery with, again, the sandalwood. Could even be some cedar in there as well, woodsy notes in the base at least. And I think it's pleasant. You do notice when you're wearing it. I've not necessarily had compliments because I've not worn it out that much. I may even wear it this evening and let's see how it goes. But it's one of those fragrances which I think if you're not tried it before, give it a chance, give it a go. It may just not necessarily give you, how could I say, it doesn't necessarily stand out too much in my opinion. It's not something which is, flash and bang and wow, that's a new fragrance. It's not the same sort of thing. It's one of those fragrances that, yeah, you're wearing a cologne, you're wearing a fragrance, that's fine. But it's not really a particular standout fragrance. So this, for instance, compared to this one, this bad boy by Carolina Herrera, which I did a recent review on, two completely different fragrances. This one doesn't seem to have their lasting power. This one costs a lot more. This one costs a lot less, but you get more lasting power. So I don't really know necessarily sometimes why this is the case. Maybe it's to do also partly with the notoriety of the actual house itself. And again, this house may not be as well known to some extent. That could be why in the fragrance community that they keep the price as what it is. But if you're not checked out though, guys, go and check it out. I do believe there is a flanker as well. I believe there's a few other versions that are somewhat similar, but I've not had a chance to get my nose on them, so I couldn't really know. But I do believe there's some ones that were released that are slightly more towards spring and sort of summertime. This one's probably more for the winter, autumn, maybe spring. But again, it is a little bit heavy in respect of the bass notes, so just bear that in mind, like the EDP for Javante Gentleman, so just bear that in mind, guys. But that was my quick review on this one. Well worth the money if you can get it for at least £20 or, you know, just slightly over. Go and check it out. It's good, long lasting. Would I wear this for the office? Potentially, yes, but I give it a chance to sort of die down. I want you need to give it a good 10 minutes just to die down from this blast that you get with this sort of, say, this chocolate sort of cacao note in the opening. But once it dries down, it's peppery, it's nice, and yeah, it's not a bad fragrance. It's pleasant, and I will wear this one out. I'm happy to keep this one, and I'll probably let this bottle run out. But would I buy it again? Maybe not, because I've got so many fragrances now. It doesn't really add anything more to my particular collection. But hopefully, guys, if you like the video, please do not forget to give it a like and a thumbs up, and also subscribe, and you know, the rest of the spiel. See you soon. Ciao.